Hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of AGR's Pop Culture Reviews. I hope that you had a fantastic New Year. I know I certainly did. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Netflix series, The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Let's go! We found her!
A miracle today in Durnsville, Indiana. 4 women rescued from an underground apocalypse cult.
It's all still here.
I'm not going back.
What? I'm staying here.
Who is this?
I'm your new roommate. I will be very comfortable in here.
You got a secret.
I am one of the Indiana mole women.
From the news.
I spent 15 years in that bunker eating beans out of a Florida Marlins cap. I just want to be a normal person. I'm having candy for dinner. Scram, you stupid hoe! Hide it! Dancing is about butts now.
It is now.
I've got a job. You'll need to be here by 6 every morning to get Buckley up for school. Then get me up by 10, but don't wake me up. You want a water?
Like a raging bull. You better be gunning like a cannon full. I don't want to hear you say a thing at all.
Please tell me that you're normal.
Oh, I'm very normal. I've had everything normal happen to me.
You yell in your sleep. You bite my nails. And we still don't know why you're afraid of Velcro.
What's your plan? You have maybe 4 years of that youthful glow left. After that, you'll be stuck marrying a primary care physician or one of those off-brand Kennedys. Life beats you up. You can either curl up in a ball and die, or you can stand up and say, we're different, and you can't break us.
You got my attention.
Hey, Red, you're making me wish I was those jeans.
Well, I wish I was your yellow hat.
If you want to try the on.
Look out, New York. Nothing can stop us now.
No, you should keep me waiting.
Imagine for a moment that you were in part of a cult that was living underground thinking that the world came to an end by some cult leader, and you emerge 15 years later only to find out that the world didn't end. Now try to imagine that for the past 15 years you missed out on all the technological and social revolutions, such as the iPhone, Facebook, Twitter, etc. All the things that makes our life a little more convenient. Well, that's how we get the new Netflix series, The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Let's take a look. Now, The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt is the brainchild of the very funny Tina Fey. She's most famous for her skits on Saturday Night Live and also her own show, 30 Rock. Starring in the title role is Ellie Kemper. Now, you may remember her from her hilarious scenes in The Office. I always loved her in that series, and it was a shame that we didn't get to see too much of her. Thankfully, she's finally being recognized for her true comedic genius, and I'm so glad that Netflix has given her a vessel to explore those possibilities. Almost immediately, you see how Kimmy is very naive about the world around her, but you really can't blame her. I mean, she has been stuck in a bomb shelter for 15 years. But don't let Kimmy fool you, because she's actually very bright and very witty. Part of the charm of this character is that she looks at things in a very innocent way, without being a complete buffoon. Ellie plays this character to perfection, and unlike Kimmy Schmidt, she's completely in her element in this role. I also really love the subtle duality to this character. Now keep in mind, Kimmy was part of a cult for 15 years, so she has some issues that she needs to work through, but that only makes the character even more interesting, and a lot more hilarious. Kimmy's unlikely friend and ultimate roommate is played by Titus Burgess. Titus is really Kimmy's wake-up call. Actually, it's more like slap in the face. Titus plays a famous should-have-been who unfortunately never was. He's flamboyantly hilarious, and his angst on what he never was able to accomplish before meeting Kimmy is absolutely great for the show. Now here's where I gotta give a lot of credit to the writers. They could have just made him a sidekick of Kimmy, but they didn't. He has his own backstory, and I'm sure it's gonna be very interesting once it's revealed. Now the both of these two actors have outstanding comedic timing, so a lot of times when you're watching the show, you don't even feel like it's scripted. Most of the time you think it's completely ad-lib.
Who's this?
Now, rounding out this cast is Jane Kowalski, who plays Jacqueline Voorhees. No, not the mother of Jason Voorhees.
Yes.
Jane Kowalski is another veteran actress, and you'll remember her from her roles in Ally McBeal and, alongside Tina Fey, 30 Rock. Jacqueline Voorhees is the proverbial wealthy New York socialite. Jacqueline is materialistic, she's selfish, self-absorbed, self-obsessed, and very, very insecure. And more than likely has her therapist, her plastic surgeon, and her divorce attorney at the top of her contact list in that order. Surprisingly, however, she's not just another character. And like everyone else in the show, she has her own unique backstory. Jane Kowalski plays this character amazingly.
Please tell me that you're normal.
On the surface, and on a very shallow level, Jacqueline's character is really us, living in the year 2016 with all of our modern conveniences and contrivances. Now, I really love when shows can explore social issues and be satirical, without being too preachy and self-righteous. And that's exactly what this show does, and it hits the perfect tone. It does this in a very subtle and hilarious way, and it forces us to ask ourselves, where the hell did we develop these social constructs?
You're making me wish I was those jeans.
Well, I wish I was your yellow hat.
If you wanna try
Ultimately, The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt is a hilariously funny show. It's wacky, it's zany, and you don't have to take it too seriously. However, the writing is so smart and intelligent that you do take it seriously. It's the perfect combination.
We caused it with our dumbness.
Alright everybody, that's my official review on The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. If you like this review, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next AGR's Pop Culture Reviews.
I'm not going back. What? I'm staying here.
Who is this?
I'm your new roommate. I will be very comfortable in here.